Good evening, viewers. Welcome to the Tuesday edition of the Regional News. Starting off with news from the Twin Island Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. 29-year-old Trinidadian sprinter Dion Lendor of the Trinidad and Tobago Olympic Committee has passed away in a car accident in Texas on Monday night. This was confirmed by the committee on Tuesday morning, which stated that there were no words to express the sadness at the devastating and untimely loss of the Olympian and Olympic World Championship bronze medalist, who has been an inspiration and motivation both on and off the track. Lendor represented Trinidad and Tobago at the 2012 London Olympic Games, the 2016 Olympic Games in Brazil, and the Tokyo Olympic Games in Japan last year. Other athletes, organizations, and personalities, including Ato Baldwin, the Trinidad and Tobago Football Association and Councillor for Tampuna, Brennan Patterson, also acknowledged the loss of their associate. News from Belize. On New Year's Day, Angie Pina, 22, national of Honduras, went missing while jet skiing in the West Bay area of Roatan, Honduras, and has not been seen since. The search for her has now widened the waters of Belize, where the search efforts continue. In an update on Monday, the Belize Coast Guard said joint efforts with fisheries officers at Glover's Reef resulted in the discovery of a life jacket and kill switch for the jet ski believed to be operated by Angie. The items were handed over to their Honduran counterparts. Pina was on vacation with her family at Roatan Bay Islands when she got onto a jet ski and ventured into the sea. Roatan is an island in the Caribbean off the northern coast of Honduras. Now for some international news. A third Chinese city has locked down its residents because of a COVID-19 outbreak, raising the number confined to their homes in China to about 20 million people. The lockdown of Anyang, home to 5.5 million people, was announced late Monday after 2 cases of the Omicron variant were reported. Residents are not allowed to go out and stores have been ordered shut except those selling necessities. Another 13 million people have been locked down in Xi'an for nearly 3 weeks and 1.1 million more in Yazoo for more than a week. It wasn't clear how long the lockdown of Anyang would last, as it was announced as a measure to facilitate mass testing of residents, which is standard protocol in China's strategy of identifying and isolating infected people as quickly as possible. The approach of the Winter Olympics, which opened February 4 in Beijing, and the emergency of Omicron have brought back citywide lockdowns in a bid to sniff out outbreaks and prevent them from spreading to other parts of China. And finally, British Prime Minister Boris Johnson faced a wave of public and political outrage on Tuesday after allegations that he and his staff flouted coronavirus lockdown rules by holding a garden party in 2020, while Britons were barred by law from mingling outside the home. Opposition politicians called for a police investigation after broadcaster ITV published a leaked email invitation to social distance drinks in the garden of the Prime Minister's Dowding Street office and resident in May 2020. The email from the Prime Minister's private secretary, Martin Reynolds, was sent to dozens of people and urged attendees to bring your own booze. The event was scheduled for May 20, 2020, the same day the government at a televised news conference reminded people they could only meet up with one person outside their household. London's police force also published reminders about the rules that day. The police force said Tuesday it was in contact with the government over the party claims, which follow allegations of several other rule-breaking gatherings in Dowding Street during the pandemic. Johnson has insisted that he personally broke no rules, but British media reported Tuesday that the Prime Minister and his wife, Kerry Johnson, attended the May 2020 garden gathering. And that brings us to the end of Tuesday edition of the Regional News. I'm Joel Vogt. Thank you for joining.